In the fall of 2020, there were roughly 1,200 students that electively chose to register with Services for Students with Disabilities at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, spread across every single college within UNL. There were also roughly 20,000 undergraduate students in the fall of 2020, meaning that there is an estimated 1 in 16 chance that a student has electively chosen to register with Services for Students with Disabilities. Further, according to the National Center for Education Statistics in cooperation with the U.S. Department of Education, in the 2015-2016 educational year, 19% of college students reported attending a post-secondary education with a disability. Assuming even the most stringent caveats to that 19% statistic by removing students that attended technical or trade schools, there's good reason to believe the number of students with disabilities that have not registered with the Services for Students with Disabilities office is similar to the 1,200 of those that have. Students with disabilities are not an anomaly in college campuses. They are very much a part of the student body that you will be teaching at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. This population of students contains students with mental health disorders, ADD and ADHD, specific learning disabilities, physical disabilities, and sensory disabilities in hearing and vision. As stated in our introductory video, all students can learn, and all teachers at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln will provide the best instruction possible to these students. Applying the UDL framework that we have been covering in the last several videos is imperative to set up classrooms that are not only accessible to the 1,200 students that have electively registered with SSD and have formal accommodations, but also to the large population of students who have chosen not to register, but still deserve access to their education. These students are most poised to benefit from implementing instruction in classroom settings that are engaging, diverse representations of information, and multiple means of action and expression to demonstrate their knowledge. While we will cover specific disabilities and common accommodations techniques that you will see in another video in this series, it is important to look at students with disabilities under these tenets of UDL. Engagement. Under the engagement tenet, we learn that students need engaging instruction to stay focused and to learn. For example, students with disabilities related to executive functioning, the ability to direct one's attention or control behavioral responses, need engaging instruction to support their learning. These students are most likely to get off task during lessons when they rely solely on lecturing. Further, these students can struggle with the ability to manage time during lengthy assignments like semester-long papers, or the ability to recall information quickly when pressed for time. For these students, the choice to give assessments that are unnecessarily pressed for time or providing unengaging instruction is doing them a disservice. Representation. For students with disabilities, multiple means of representing information is imperative. For students with specific learning disabilities recognized in reading, writing, or math, the choice to only display content with written text or doing math problems on a worksheet can prove futile in accurately teaching or assessing understanding. For these students, it's best to supplement instruction with different representations. If you are planning on having students read a chapter of a textbook, consider either replacing or supplementing this with further video explanation of the same content. You will see a dramatic improvement in students' retention of information and the ability to manipulate that information to active classroom participation. Action and expression. All students deserve the ability to demonstrate their knowledge in multiple means, but for some students, providing accommodations to assignments are crucial to completion at all. Technology has come a long way towards providing students with physical impairments the ability to access assignments, but we must remember that not all areas of disability have accommodations. For example, most teachers recognize that it would be both useless and inappropriate to test a student that was born without eyes on their ability to read a written text. But do they also realize that it would be just as inappropriate to deduct attendance points from a student with a chronic illness that prevents them from being able to attend or participate in class when they're absent? It's unlikely that they would. As we go forward towards the future, it is crucial to remember that the number of students with disabilities getting a college education will continue to increase. These students deserve to have their educational needs met, regardless of if they've chosen to identify with Services for Students with Disabilities. With your help, we can create a more equal and educational experience for students at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln.